In a small, peaceful village nestled by a forest, there lived an elderly man named Arvid, known far and wide for his wisdom and unshakable calm. No matter what life threw his way, whether it was a storm destroying his crops, a neighbor's harsh words, or any other hardship, Arvid never seemed to react in anger or frustration. People from distant lands would travel just to sit with him, seeking the secret to his peace. One day, a young man named Eric arrived, eager to understand how Arvid managed such composure. He approached the old man and asked, "Master Arvid, I've heard you are the wisest person in the land. Please, teach me how to stay so calm." Arvid smiled gently and said, "The secret lies in the power of not reacting." Eric looked confused. "But if someone insults you or takes advantage of you, shouldn't you stand up for yourself? How can you stay calm in those situations?" Arvid nodded thoughtfully. "Yes, standing up for what's right is important. But often, when we react immediately, it's driven by anger or fear. That reaction only fuels the situation. True power comes when we pause and choose how to respond, not just react impulsively." To help Eric understand, Arvid suggested they visit the village square the next morning. Eric agreed, eager to learn more. The next day, they arrived at the market, where a large crowd had gathered around a man named Joran, known for his temper. He was shouting at a merchant, accusing her of overcharging for a loaf of bread. The merchant, a kind woman, stood silently, not responding to Joran's angry words. "Why doesn't she say anything?" Eric asked, his curiosity piqued. Arvid pointed to the scene. "Watch carefully." Joran's voice grew louder, but the merchant remained calm. She didn't shout back, didn't argue, and didn't try to defend herself. She simply stood there, silent, her expression peaceful. Minutes passed, and slowly, Joran's anger began to fade. His words grew weaker, his gestures less aggressive. Eventually, with a frustrated grunt, he tossed a few coins onto the ground and stormed off. The crowd, sensing the tension had dissolved, began to disperse, and the market returned to its peaceful hum. The merchant had done nothing but remain calm, and in doing so, she had diffused the entire situation. Eric was stunned. How did she do that? He was so angry, yet she didn't react. Arvid smiled. Exactly. She didn't let his anger infect her. By not reacting, she stopped the cycle of frustration. The more we resist reacting in anger, the less power the situation has over us. Eric thought about this for a moment. So, it's not about letting people walk all over you, but choosing not to feed the fire with more anger? Arvid nodded. Yes, when we choose not to react impulsively, we maintain our peace. This is the true strength, being able to stay calm even in the face of conflict. From that day on, Eric practiced the art of not reacting. He realized that in moments of anger or frustration, he had the power to pause and choose his response, allowing him to maintain his inner peace no matter the storm around him.